whisper, almost. That's how these things start, isn't it? Not a thunderclap, not a megaphone, but a quiet stirring within. 10 pronouncements, etched onto tablets of stone, words that have echoed through millennia. We call them commandments, and we often relegate them to the dusty corners of religious texts, a relic of a bygone era. But what if? What if there's something more? What if they're not just about faith, but about the very architecture of a flourishing human existence? Think about it. Discarding the dogmatic baggage. Forget the stained glass and the hymnals for a moment. Let's look at the essence, the raw, unvarnished truth these statements hold. You shall have no other gods before me. We translate that as piety, as worship of a singular entity. But what if we interpret it instead as a warning against the insidious power of idolatry? The worship of status, of wealth, of fleeting validation from social media. Isn't that what we do? We chase the approval of strangers, sacrificing our authenticity on the altar of likes and follows, forgetting the quiet strength of our own internal compass. This commandment, stripped bare, is about cultivating internal autonomy, about understanding that our value is inherent, not conferred by external forces. It's about protecting our soul from the erosion of chasing empty idols. Then, there's the one about not taking the Lord's name in vain. Again, we think religious transgression, but peel back the layers and see a call for mindful language. How often do we use language carelessly, casually, tearing down, diminishing, or even betraying the sacredness of human connection? Words possess a power, a resonance. This commandment, in essence, is a plea for intention in communication, a reminder that language should serve as a bridge, not a weapon. It's a call for authenticity in our words, for using them to build, to heal, to connect, rather than to diminish, denigrate, or destroy. And the Sabbath, a day of rest. Not just a religious practice, but a radical invitation for self-preservation in a relentlessly demanding world. Look around. We glorify the hustle, the endless grind. We push ourselves to the brink, burning out in pursuit of that elusive success. This commandment is a reminder that our value lies not in productivity, but in being. It's a plea for recalibration, for allowing our bodies and minds to replenish, to find the serenity needed to navigate the chaos. It's about a system, a built-in way of breaking the cycle of work and finding space, quiet, contemplation. Honoring our parents. We may stumble on traditional interpretations, and that's okay. But what if it's about reverence for the lineage that informs us? Acknowledging the foundations upon which we stand, understanding the experiences that shaped us, recognizing the sacrifices that made us who we are. It's not about blind obedience, but about appreciating the tapestry of human experience, both of our own past and the pasts of those who came before. And then, the ones that seem so obvious, so simple, yet so profoundly difficult, refraining from murder, adultery, theft, and bearing false witness. These aren't just about avoiding legal ramifications, they're about cultivating the foundations of a healthy society. Murder is the action of devaluing life, the sacredness of each individual experience, not just our own. Adultery is the act of devaluing relationships, dishonoring commitments, and unacknowledging the inherent fragility of connections. Theft is not about recognizing the rights of others, the inherent value of honest labor, the interconnectedness that ties us together. Bearing false witness is also not about truth and integrity. It is certainly not the glue that makes trust happen, that allows for healthy societies and relationships. It all flows into the gutter, together, doesn't it? One that rings strong now, as is often misunderstood: you shall not covet. This isn't about suppressing desire. It's about the insidious nature of comparison. It's about understanding that our worth isn't diminished by the successes of others. Our path is unique and valid. It's about cultivating contentment, about appreciating the abundance that already exists in our lives, instead of constantly chasing what we perceive as lacking. We should recognize that our own grass can be just as green if we take care of it. These aren't just ancient pronouncements. They're a blueprint for a more conscious, compassionate, and meaningful existence. They're not just for the religious. They're for anyone seeking to navigate the complex terrain of human experience. They're a guide to our best selves, a path for how we can live in a way that is deeply fulfilling, that is balanced, that honors our shared humanity and creates a better world. These 10 whispers, these commandments as we know them, are guidelines for a better existence and are there for us if we only listen to the stillness within.